Good morning, student. Today, in this video, I shall be discussing about what is psychology, what is behavior, and what is mental process or cognitions, and how did the evolutions of psychology started. So let us know the definitions of what is psychology. Now, this word has been derived from the Greek word that is psychic, meaning soul, and the logos, meaning science. Psychology is a science that deals with human behavior, mental process, cognitions. Now, another term for the mental process is the term cognition that we often use in psychology and experiences in different contexts. So, it is about how human behavior is, how people, on what basis people uses their mental process, and basically deals with the experiences that we gain in different sets of situations and activities from. So here we have talked about the human behavior, mental process and experiences. These three terms are basically used to define definition of psychology. Now let us know what is behavior. Behavior refers to reaction or responses that occur in different situations. Basically your behavior comes out when you react to a particular situation. So two prominent words that are basically used to define behavior is reaction or responses. Now let us know what is mental process or cognitions. Mental process are the activities of the mind and brain. So you are able to learn a particular set of word on the basis of the functioning of the brain. So these are the two important component of the mental process. We use mental process when we think or remember something or solve a problem. So basically the problem which arise in our day-to-day life activities, those problems are resolved on the basis of the use of the mental process. Basically mental process deals with your thinking and learning, problem solving, reasoning. All these are the major component of the mental process. We try to give reason on the basis of the mental process, because when cognitions work, then only we process a particular information in the environment. Now let us know about how did the evolution of psychology started with this flowchart. So before I start further, Alfred Binet was the first psychologist who worked on intelligence. Basically, the intelligence tests which are developed, they are developed with the help of Alfred Binet. So he was the first psychologist who worked on intelligence. Basically, he wanted to know how people are different in their intelligence. So he developed different types of tests to measure the individual's intelligence. Now, basically, the goal of evolution of psychology, the basic goal of the evolution of psychology is to discover and understand the design of mind. So the first psychologist who worked on structuralism was William Wundt. He was the first psychologist who wanted to know the structure of mind. He did not want to know the how we process to a particular information with the use of the mind, what are the functions, but basic goal of William Wundt was to know the structure of mind. What are the elements used to make up the mind? So what are the different components of mind? This was a major concern of William Wundt in the structuralism. Now after this, another psychologist who worked on the functions of the mind was an American psychologist named William James. Now, according to William James, he wanted to know the functions of the mind, how they help us in processing information from the environment. So this was the major concern of the William James. Now, if we talk about behavioralism, John B. Watson was a psychologist who worked under this field, and he wanted to know the behavior that can be observed and verified. So basically, he wanted to know the behavior, how people tend to measure the behavior which is on the basis of the observation. Now let us know about the Gestalt psychology. Now Gestalt means anything which forms in a regular shape or a pattern, that refers to Gestalt. Now the basic focus of the Gestalt psychology was on the human perception. Now the term psychoanalysis was basically used by Dr. Sigmund Freud, as he was mainly concerned about the repressed feelings and the unconsciousness of an individual to bring them into the consciousness. So basically, repressed feeling means a feeling which is not being openly discussed, the feeling which does not immediately comes out of an individual. So he wanted to know the repressed feeling of an individual. through the term psychoanalysis. Now, if we talk about the another, that is humanism. Now, under this approach, the psychologists who have worked is Carl Roger and Abraham Maslow. They were the two main psychologists who just wanted the human growth. He believed that humans can do everything in their life if they believe in their own self. So basically, they try to unfold the human potential, that each and every individual has the caliber to achieve what they want if they know about their inner self. So basically, humanism was basically developed for the personal growth of an individual. Now, constructivism was the term that was referred to cognitive psychology. Basically, the cognitive psychology deals with the mental processes. So basically, they try to define the human mind with the comparisons of the computer. The way we store the particular data in the computer, similarly our mind also stores a particular set of information from the environment, and we use them on the basis of our memory. So this was the 7 different approaches which was developed under the evolution of psychology. Now let us know about the first approach, that is structuralism, in detail. Now, the term structuralism was basically developed by the William Wundt. This was an oldest approach. This approach was basically used in the analysis of the human mind. Now, the people who worked under this approach, they were known by the term structuralist. So, they were basically interested in the analysis of the human mind and its structure. They were mainly concerned about what is human mind is made up of. And the method which they have used under this approach is introspection. Introspection is basically a method in which individual or subject in psychological experiment are asked to describe in their own mental processes or experiences in detail, so that we come to know about what they are feeling in a particular situation. So introspection was one of the effective methods that came out under the structuralism. So basically, by using structuralism, by using the introspection method, we come to know about the 2 major component, that is about the human mind, mental process and experiences. When people shared up their details of their personal lives and what they felt in the particular situation, we were able to know about their mental functioning as well as their experiences. So these are the 2 important. What is introspection method? Introspection is a procedure in which individual or subject in psychological experiment are asked to describe their own mental process or experiences. Children, kindly note down this in your psychology notebook.